Hi Bighorns, this is Mrs. McNamara, and I'm going to do the notes on graphing on a coordinate plane. In your ISN, you're looking for this foldable. It's folded like a barn door, and you should see quadrant written on it. When you open it up, you see a coordinate plane. Sometimes it's been called a grid. Remember, it has an x-axis. That's the horizontal. The vertical, or y to the sky, is the y-axis. Where those two axes cross, that is called the origin. The origin is where the two axes cross, the x and the y. So we're going to start the notes on the front of that where it says quadrant. Quadrant, you should think that word might remind you of quadrilateral or a quad. It means four. And if you look at a grid or coordinate plane, when you write the x and the y-axis, you end up with four areas on the grid. Quadrant 1 is going to be where the x and the y are positive. If you think about a number line and you go to the right, this is the positive direction on a number line. And if you think about moving vertically and going up, that's going to be even like temperature to the sky, y to the sky. That's going to be a positive direction. Quadrant 2, and I'm going to write it in Roman numeric numbers. Quadrant 2, 2i. That is when you move to the left, and x is negative, and you move to up, y is positive. Okay, quadrant 3, because we're moving counterclockwise, this is quadrant 3, and this is where everything is negative. You've gone in a negative x direction on the number line, and you went down. That's represented by a negative y in quadrant 3. Finally, quadrant 4, Roman numeral IB, that is going to be where your x is positive, but your y is going to be negative. Fill this out, and then I'm going to get you to open up the grid, and we're going to write some more notes. Again, we're going to label the x and the y-axis, and if we're going to be able to find these points, we're always going to start at the origin when I'm moving left or right, up or down. This point where they cross is the origin. So what we've done is we have set up what we call an ordered pair. When I'm looking at an ordered pair, the first one is x, and the second one tells you in the y direction. The first chord number is going to be the horizontal direction, and the second in the ordered pair is going to be the y, whether you're going up or down. So if I want to graph point A, the 1 in the ordered pair tells me I go to the right 1, and then I go up 4. This is A. B, if I want to graph that, the x is always the first, it's alphabetical, and the y is the second, so I would move over 3, and I'm going to go up 1. There's my B. I want you to find the C. You should find C is your point right there. When you've gone over 5 in the positive direction and up 6. Now if we look at quadrant, these next ones, D, it ends up in quadrant 2 because the x is in negative and the y is positive. So you're going to go, you start at the origin, you're going to go back to negative 1, or to the left, negative 1, and then you're going to go up 1. So plot your point D. I'd like you to pause your video, and I'd like you to find points E and F. You should find E at negative 2 and up 4. F is going to be at negative 6 and up 3. When you are looking for G, H, and I, you'll notice that the x is negative, so you move to the left, but the y is negative, so you've moved down. Find your points. G is at negative 3, 1. Pause the video and find I and H. Finally, we're looking at the points in quadrant 4, where x is positive and y is negative. So you're moving over and down 3. There's J. at 2, negative 3. Find k when x is 5 and y is negative 2. And plot your point L. If you need to pause the video so you can see if you can do it, I'd do that. There's L. Okay, you should be able to find an ordered pair on a coordinate plane. Now what I'd like you to do is to write a few vocabulary words on the bottom of your page that you need. An ordered pair is also called a coordinate point. The x value is first and the y value is second. That's how you find a point on the grid. The origin is where the axes cross, the x, right, the horizontal, and the y, the vertical axis cross. It is the point 0, 0. When we get more into graphing, we're going to use a table of values. It can be a vertical table of values, or it could be a horizontal table of values. The left side is the x and the y values. So it will give you an ordered pair. This is going to be the x, this is going to be the y. So if they said 3, 4, you would plot x equals 3 and y is equal to 4. Sometimes it's given in a horizontal grid where x is on the top and y is on the bottom. The x value is often called the input value, and the y is the output value. When you're dealing with proportions, which we will, x is sometimes called the independent variable. Please write these in your notes. And y is the dependent variable. So at the bottom of your page, write down these words. You will see them a lot later, and those are your notes for graphing on a coordinate plane. Get these down.